Hi, I'm Lieutenant Lowe, and this is Fountain Fire's Fireground Fundamentals. So we've talked about how you deploy line, how you advance line, and how you manage your hose line, but today we're going to talk about arguably the most important part of engine operations, and that's applying water correctly to fires. In the City of Fountain Fire Department, we use multiple techniques. We're going to use nozzle forward techniques that we've talked about, as well as a technique that we call water mapping. And that's applying water high and globally to cool fire in a faster, more efficient way. We're going to see that in action. An important part to remember about our nozzles is not only do they bring and apply water, but depending on our selection, our line, and our application techniques, they're also going to bring air with us, which has the chance, if not applied correctly, to disturb our thermal layering up top, which will bring critical heat and other elements down to you and your patient, which can cause injuries. We want to prevent that with these techniques that we're showing today. In order to perform the inverted U, firefighter Frakes is first going to apply water to the far wall, bringing it up to the ceiling, performing his inverted U pattern along the ceiling, bringing it down the second wall, bringing it back center, and slapping the ground in front of him with his stream. By doing this, we globally cool heated gases and the environment in front of us in order to be able to advance there to get to the seat of the fire. This is what it's going to look like. Now that we've reached the fire room or the seat of the fire, the important work in firefighting begins, and that's applying water. Believe it or not, there's a right and wrong way to do this. The way we do this correctly is through a technique that we call water mapping. With water mapping, firefighter Frakes is going to apply water really high and a steep angle, almost 90 degrees, for 3 to 5 seconds without moving his nozzle back and forth. By doing that outside the room and just inside the door jamb, water is going to equally disperse along the ceiling, which is going to cool those heated gases and other elements at the top, which prevents fire and other heated gases and things from trickling down to you and any victim that might be in the room. So firefighter Frakes is going to water map for 3 to 5 seconds, go lower, come in, and finish his pattern as he puts the fire out. While that's happening, the hillman is going to peel off, search the room, and begin searching adjacent rooms further from the structure. That is always our policy for the hillman to peel off and search as we're doing it. Let's see water mapping in action.
Water, water, water.
And that is how you quickly and effectively put fire out, applying water in a correct way. It's important to note that with any technique that we use, we want to start high in order to cool those heated gases and finish low, making sure that we completely extinguish the fire. By doing that, we'll put the fire out every time. Another technique that we use at the Fountain Fire Department, which is an opportunistic technique, meaning when it presents itself, we will do it, is something called the transitional fire attack. The transitional fire attack is something that we're going to do when we have 3 circumstances that meet themselves on the fire ground. Number 1 is going to be a self-venting fire, meaning that there is no window or anything obstructing the fire. It is already shooting out of an orifice when we get there. The second is going to be the fire itself needs to be unobstructed, meaning that we have an opportunity to water map with the correct techniques at the correct angle without objects blocking us. The third thing that needs to be in place is what we call time to task, meaning if we reset this fire with this technique, do we believe we can get up there in less than 90 seconds? If that answer is yes, then this is great to use that technique. If we believe we're going to encounter hoarder conditions or time is going to take longer than that, then we want to start thinking about another technique. Make no mistake, transitional fire attack is an offensive strategy that we use to reset a fire and get up there and put the fire out. And when used correctly at the right time, is a great way to create survivable conditions for firefighters and any victims that may be inside. Let's see how it works. In order to accomplish this technique, Firefighter Frakes has already identified that the 3 task marks that need to be present in order for this technique to work are present. At that point, Firefighter Frakes is going to position himself right under the windowsill so that he can water map at a steep angle. A good rule of thumb for this is you want to be able to visualize not only the windowsill and where it ends, but where it meets with the ceiling. That's where you're going to want to apply your water for 3 to 5 seconds in the same manner as we did inside, meaning at a stiff, smooth angle without moving back and forth. This is how it's going to look. So we saw what that looks like on the exterior of the building. What we want to do is bring you inside of the room and show you what the science of water dispersal looks like when you do it properly and when you do it what I like to coin the lazy man's way and do it improperly. We're going to show you what it looks like inside of the room when water is applied via the transitional technique in a correct and incorrect way. First, we'll start with an incorrect way. So you can see, first technique, completely dry. Now I need to change gear. At that point, we've reset the fire, so now we are going to advance inside, get to the seat of the fire, apply water to correctly and completely put the fire out, and that's how you properly transitional fire attack. So that's how you quickly and effectively apply water in any situation that you'll be in within a structure fire in the city of Fountain. A wise man once said that without water application, firefighting is nothing. I like to say that if we deploy line quickly, advance in a fast and effective manner, and employ the proper water at the right time with the right technique, we'll win any war with fire that the city will throw at us.